Hi, my name is Tara O'Grady. And I come from a Chevy family.
Corners with coffee shops with books and
My grandmother only married my grandfather because he owned a 1934 Chevrolet. As she stood on the steps of the church on their wedding day, she hesitated at the door, but her girlfriends gave her a little nudge. "You'd be mad not to marry him, Catherine," they said to her. "Sure, he owns a car, so he does." My granny came to America from Ireland to chase the American dream, like all immigrants. And on July 6 of 1957, she loaded up the family car, a 1957 Chevrolet, with her pots and pans, her 16-year-old son, my father, her 14-year-old daughter, my aunt, and her sense of adventure. AAA mapped out a route that took them from the South Bronx to Seattle. They witnessed Native Americans on horseback in the Dakotas. They ate their first burger and milkshake in a roadside diner in Montana. They caught fish in rivers in Yellowstone and cooked them over an open fire and slept in the Chevy the whole way across this great land. Inspired by the '57 Chevy, my dad also bought his own Chevy in 1964. He used it to drive my mother around during their courtship. When I see a '57 Chevy, my heart skips a beat. It's like seeing my first love go by.
Ask any Chevy owner about his or her car, and they will gladly gush. That's what I did. So what's your name?
Rich Pastorelli.
Charlie Pastorelli.
Henry Scoros.
My name is Ron Cafassa.
My name's Ken. Belong to the Whitestone Hot Rod Association.
What kind of car you got here?
1964 Corvette.
On a 1970 Chevy Seville.
65 Milano Maroon Corvette.
This is my 37 Chevy Business Coupe.
That truck there's a 1940 Chevy pickup truck. Wow. 61 Impala. All stock.
If you could go anywhere in the USA in your Chevrolet, where would you go?
California.
If I could travel all over the USA, I think I'd hit all the states.
Where would I like to go for my Chevy? Like everybody says, to Disney World.
To do the whole country.
Any hot spots in particular to stop at?
New York is the hottest spot.
Was Seattle, Washington. I'm a Jimi Hendrix fan. And then maybe California. It's all a big car spot.
You can go everywhere in a Chevy.
Route 66, California.
Nothing like a Chevrolet. They've been the greatest cars since the 40s. 57 was one of the nicest ones out. They're still one of the nicest Chevrolets. Doesn't compare to Fords, doesn't compare to Chryslers. Even when I was a kid, we owned all Chevrolets. It's the only way to go. They make a nice car.
I never met my father's mother. She died before my parents married. So in honor of her spirit and the 100th anniversary of Chevrolet, I'd like to follow in her footsteps across the country and just take that great American road trip. We Americans have a love affair with our cars. We talk about old cars like old flames. I just got laid off from my job. Times are tough. Lots of Americans are suffering right now. But I have hope, and I think America does too. I want to find out if the American dream still exists. I want to ask people what their dreams are. I want to see the USA in a Chevrolet and follow in my grandmother's path. I want to search for America's spirit and document it all. Know anyone who'd like to lend a gal a ride? I will blog about it, write a screenplay, make a video, smoke signals, update Facebook, write songs. Thank you, Chevrolet, for the memories that you've given the O'Grady family over the years. Happy anniversary.